a garbage collector, found a wallet full of cash. What he did next shocked everyone. Marcus hadn't eaten since yesterday morning. After a 1-2 hour shift collecting trash across the city, he was digging through a pile of black garbage bags when something strange caught his eye. A leather wallet. Heavy. When he opened it, his hands started shaking. Stacks of cash. More money than he had ever seen in his entire life. Marcus Reed was a 52-year-old garbage collector, living alone in a tiny apartment on the edge of Chicago. Every morning before sunrise, he climbed onto the back of a rusty garbage truck while the rest of the city slept peacefully. The job was exhausting. The smell never left his clothes. People barely looked at him, but Marcus kept working because he had no choice. 2 months earlier, his wife had passed away from cancer. Now he was raising his 9-year-old granddaughter, Lily, alone. And things were getting worse. The landlord had already taped a final notice on the apartment door. If Marcus didn't pay the overdue rent by Friday, they would be kicked out. That night, after finishing his route in the pouring rain, Marcus jumped off the truck to collect one last pile of garbage near a luxury apartment building. That's when he saw it. A dark brown leather wallet lying beside a trash bin. At first, he thought it was empty, but when he picked it up, he immediately felt the weight. Marcus slowly opened it. His eyes widened. Bundles of $100 bills filled the wallet. There had to be at least $12,000 inside. His breathing became heavy. $12,000. That money could save everything. The rent, food, Lily's school tuition, medicine. For the first time in weeks, Marcus imagined a future where they might survive. He looked around. Nobody was there. Rain poured onto the empty street. No cameras. No witnesses. His fingers tightened around the wallet. Then his phone buzzed. A message from Lily. "Grandpa, are you coming home soon? I saved half my sandwich for you." Marcus stared at the screen silently. Suddenly, guilt hit him harder than the cold rain. He remembered something his late wife used to say. Being poor is hard, but losing your honesty costs even more. Marcus closed the wallet. The next morning, instead of paying rent, he took the bus across town to the address printed on the driver's license inside the wallet. A giant glass office tower stood in front of him. Marcus felt embarrassed walking inside wearing his faded work jacket and muddy boots. The receptionist looked at him nervously. "Can I help you?" Marcus placed the wallet on the desk. "I think someone important lost this." Minutes later, the building owner rushed downstairs. His name was Daniel Harper, a wealthy businessman known across the city. The moment Daniel saw the wallet, his face changed. "You found this?" Marcus nodded quietly. Daniel opened it quickly. Every dollar was still inside. Daniel looked stunned. "I offered a reward online last night," he said. "Do you know how many people would have taken this money?" Marcus shrugged weakly. "It wasn't mine." Daniel stared at him for several seconds. Then he noticed Marcus's trembling hands, the worn-out boots, the exhaustion in his eyes. "You work sanitation?" Marcus nodded. Daniel became quiet. Finally, he asked softly, "Why didn't you keep it?" Marcus hesitated before answering. "Because my granddaughter is still watching the kind of man I become." The entire lobby fell silent. Even the receptionist lowered her head emotionally. Daniel swallowed hard. Then he said something Marcus never expected. "Come back tomorrow morning." Marcus didn't understand why, but he agreed. The next day, Marcus returned nervously. Daniel was waiting for him upstairs. But this time, there were lawyers, documents, and cameras. Daniel revealed that the money inside the wallet was intended for a children's hospital donation. And after hearing Marcus's story, he made a decision. Daniel offered Marcus a new position, managing operations for one of his company's facilities with full benefits, stable pay, and health insurance for Lily. Marcus nearly broke down in tears. But Daniel wasn't finished. He also handed Marcus a small envelope. Inside was the deed to a modest 2-bedroom home. Marcus looked up speechlessly. "Why?" he whispered. Daniel smiled. "Because good people are rare now, and the world needs more of them." Weeks later, Marcus and Lily moved into their new home. For the first time in years, Lily had her own bedroom. That night, while unpacking boxes, Lily hugged her grandfather tightly and asked, "Grandpa, are we rich now?" Marcus smiled softly and kissed her forehead. "No, sweetheart. We're just finally okay." Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please subscribe for more emotional stories like Thithis.